We're decking the halls, putting on the Ritz, entertaining for the holidays, and we're doing it on a budget. I am Hope.
And I'm Larry.
From Under the Median, where we talk about practical frugality. Now, a few weeks ago, we asked you to take a poll, and about 2,000 of you voted on what you most wanted to hear from us when it came to topics about the holidays. The most voted for one was how to set up a frugal Christmas budget. And we did that video a week ago on Monday. We'll make sure that that video is linked in the description of this video so you can head over there and watch that one after you're done with this one. But the second most popular topic people wanted to hear about was how to do elegant entertaining on a budget. So in this video, we're going to start by giving you a lot of ideas on how to decorate like a boss. And then we'll finish up by giving you some ideas about how to entertain and actually feed large groups of people and do that on a budget.
We're going to use our personal experience and some of our photos throughout this video to illustrate how this can be done.
So in 2017, we were tired of our old holiday decor. It was like the hand-me-downs of the hand-me-downs of the hand-me-downs. You know what I'm talking about?
A lot of used items.
It was like everybody in the family that went, I don't know, I don't think I want this anymore. Maybe Hope and Larry want it. Literally, it was a mismatch of nothing matched. So we challenged ourselves. We gave ourselves a $50 budget, and we decided we wanted to entertain that Christmas, and we wanted to use that $50 to buy a whole bunch of holiday decor. So that $50 had to stretch to include brand new holiday decorations, dishes, and also some cloth napkins. So it was a big order. We're going to show you exactly what we got and where we started and where we wound up. The first thing we did before we even decided what we did want was decide what we did not want. So we kind of did a little KonMari, that Japanese method of organizing that was popularized by Marie Kondo. And we decided that if we really didn't like it, regardless of who gave it to us, we were going to get rid of it. So we cleaned down, and what we were left with was just a basic few items that we actually really liked and we decided we wanted to keep. Now, the next thing we did after that was to decide how we were going to actually decorate.
Yes. When it comes to decorating, it's a great idea just to keep all of your decor neutral.
Now, when we say neutral, what we mean is don't make it Christmas specific. So we really tried to shy away from anything that was decorated with Santa or Rudolph.
No reindeer?
No reindeer. There were no reindeer in the house.
Man.
What we really wanted to do was to create something that was very elegant that we could use for other special occasions. So we weren't pigeonholed into this is just for Christmas, because then you wind up putting all that stuff in storage and you don't see it again for another 11 months. So the first thing I did was I went to Google, which is what we all do, right? And I Googled elegant holiday decor for tables or something like that. And I pulled up a bunch of images. Pinterest became my best friend, guys. I pulled up a bunch of images and saved them in a special file of just different decorating styles that I really, really liked. Ultimately, we settled on white or off-white and some silver and gold trimmings, and we put a little bit of black in there. Now, if you really want to add some holiday color, you can just add a pop of red with some poinsettias, some silk poinsettias where you set one at each place setting in order to mark where people are supposed to sit. So that is our best advice as far as holiday decor is concerned. Now, the second thing we'd like to talk about under decor is
You can incorporate vintage items.
now everything in our house is old. And so we really wanted our house and our decor at the table to reflect what we had in the rest of the house. Our tree is decorated with ornaments that range from what would you say?
The 30s to the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything on our tree is vintage, and we wanted the rest of the room and the rest of the space to reflect that we really, really liked vintage things. So our advice is if you like things that are vintage, if you have something that belonged to grandma or your great Aunt Jenny or somebody like that, then get it out and figure out a way that you can incorporate that into your tableau, if you will, for your holiday dinner settings.
Now, we actually have some things that belong to my aunt. When they were breaking up housekeeping, they gave us quite a few of these items, and we incorporated those into our decorating.
Those are the items that were passed down that we really liked, guys.
Yes.
Those are the good items that we really, really liked. All right, the third tip we have as far as decorating is concerned is
that use natural items.
and if you really want a way to make sure that your guests don't leave with like pine needles all over themselves, just lining the table with a really nice tablecloth. I know tablecloths aren't really in. I like tablecloths, especially for Christmas time. Go ahead and put a cloth of some kind over your table to kind of catch those pine needles so that they don't accidentally wind up on your guest clothing. But they can be very, very effective. And the great thing about natural items is they can also be very, very inexpensive. So we had a couple of natural things on our table. We had a topiary, a rosemary topiary. Then we also had a Christmas cactus, which was from my sister-in-law, Susie.
Very nice. It was nice. The next thing you can do is look for some DIY ideas online.
Yeah, when we got ready to decorate the table, we realized what we really needed was something way cool hanging from the chandelier. And I was pretty much out of money by that point for our little project. And so the kids and I got online, Pinterest, and we found a way to make these great paper snowflakes. And they helped me with that project, and they turned out really nice hanging from the chandelier.
Yeah, they looked great.
When it comes to decor items, sometimes it's a great idea to let those decor items do double duty. Now, here's what I mean by that. You can actually create some great items for your tabletop that also double as little gifts for your guests to take home when they leave from the dinner party. So I just think that's a really great way to do that.
We've long been a proponent of not buying things new. So what we do is we go to our local Mission Mart. That's a thrift store. The money goes to help the mission, to support all the different activities that they do. So we've gone there, and you don't really have to spend $1 million to make your house look like $1 million for Christmas.
In fact, we went during a half-price Christmas open house. So all of the items that we bought, we got for half price. Now remember, this was when we had given ourselves a $50 budget to completely redo all of our holiday decorating. Now we're going to show you our haul from Mission Mart and show you exactly what we paid for each of the items in the haul. One of the greatest things we got from the Mission Mart was a vintage set of dessert plates that they were absolutely in pristine condition, and it came with the two pie servers. And I paid, I think, $7 for the whole set for 10 plates and 2 pie servers, and they were Courier and Ives.
We really like shopping at the Dollar Tree stores. You can buy items for decor at these stores that will look like you paid a lot more money for them than just $1. And if you're not satisfied with what you see at one store, try another, because they do stock different items. So you can get a wide variety of Christmas decor at each store. And I would suggest shopping early.
Now, Dollar Tree has always, for years now, they have had these white plates with the gold rims. They're just $1 each, and they're really actually, I mean, they're pretty high quality for just $1 each. You can even get the gold or silver chargers to go underneath of them. But you know what? If you don't pay for the chargers, the other thing that you can do is find a package of inexpensive doilies. These are the paper doilies you can get for $1 or $2 different places. You can either get round ones that will go underneath your plates, or you can get ones that are square that sort of create that idea of a placemat or a place setting without the expense of actually going to creating an entire placemat for each individual guest at your table. And then when you're done with the dinner, well, you just throw away the paper doilies because you're done with them.
Candlelight adds a certain amount of charm to any dinner. And also, the low lighting can hide a multitude of sins, like maybe that little portion that you forgot to dust in the room.
We love candlelight for a multitude of reasons, and we suggest that you use it for your table at Christmas time. All right, now let's just swing into this whole concept of food, because I think this is a biggie for people. We actually have several different tips and ideas and strategies for you as far as saving food on your holiday dinners are concerned.
The first thing you want to do is watch for sales. Now, a lot of these sales go into effect in early November, but you can find them throughout the month. So keep your eyes on the flyers and look for those items that you might need that you can save some money on.
Now, this is sort of our big push for plan ahead and plan early.
Yes.
Go ahead and plan that holiday menu very early as you can, because when you see those sales on like holiday baking supplies, you need to know what you want to stock up on and how many you should buy. If there's a limit, our advice is, if it's a great deal, buy up to the limit, especially if it's something that's shelf stable and will last you for a really, really long time. But start looking well in advance of December 25th for those special items that go on sale. Another tip for you, if you are a turkey person, clearly we're vegan, so there's no turkey in the warehouse. But if there's turkey in your family and you're seeing that huge turkey and thinking that is just way too big for our family, then take it to the butcher and ask if he or she will cut it in half for you. They've got like high speed, high power saws back there, guys, and they will usually, for no extra charge, cut the turkey right in half for you, repackage it in 2 separate packages. It's the same price per pound as it was marked, and they will hand it back to you, and then you have your turkey in 2 separate halves that you can maybe serve half for Christmas, half for New Year, half for Thanksgiving, half for Christmas, whatever you want to do. But the point is, it stores much more easily that way in your home.
The next thing that you want to do is keep your menu simple. Maybe 4 items on the menu. That will help you keep the cost down.
Look, it goes against the grain, and I know that it does. What we generally do is we plan a theme. So one year, now Daniel and I we do a candlelight Christmas Eve dinner. If y'all don't know Daniel, he's our 17-year-old, and he is an amazing cook. He's my sous chef. We usually plan a themed dinner menu where, we might have strawberries as a theme that goes through each of the main courses, and we might serve strawberry soup for the appetizer or something like that. But the long and short of it is we have something that seems very cohesive and very elegant, without everybody leaving the table feeling like they have eaten enough for like 5 days, guys. I know that, when you go to grandma's, you get 3-4 pies, but I think it's okay to look at tradition for what it is and say, do we really feel like we want to continue doing that?
Another thing you can do is make a cheese sampler. And one of the ways to put this together is go to your grocery store and see where they have ends of cheese that they're selling. Usually they sell those for a lot less. And you can put those together, and you can add some other ingredients like crackers and fruit to that and make a nice little appetizer.
Sometimes it'll be in a basket that says $5 or less, or $3 or less. I've seen those too. And they're very high-end cheeses that they just can't sell you a big chunk. They don't have much left of the cheese, so they mark it way down. And when we actually ate dairy, we did this for our kids frequently. We'd buy 3 or 4 different kinds of cheese, and they'd get to try some fancy cheese. There wasn't a huge amount of each of the fancy cheeses, but it's a great way to do a cheese sampler. You get a charcuterie board. Those are incredibly popular. And by the way, guys, I actually, this came across, I think my Facebook feed just the other day. Tell me, so you know that we're vegan. So charcuterie boards have been kind of we enjoy, seeing them. They're very pretty, but there's not a whole lot of vegan things on there. I saw a vegan charcuterie board example. And so apparently you can really make these things without having meat and cheese on them. So I was actually super intrigued by that. So veganize your cheese board if you need to.
Another idea is to make a soup, taco, or baked potato bar. This is also inexpensive and can be really fun when you're having friends over.
Yeah, I told Larry I wanted to tell you guys, have a bar with your friends. And I wasn't sure. He's like, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to say it. All right, I'm going to say it. Have a bar with your friends. And by that, we need a soup bar, baked potato bar. One time we had a breakfast bar. We've done this. We have 2 other couples that we celebrate with every single year. We actually celebrate the holidays with them sometime between Christmas and New Year's. when we're all off work, the kids have all grown up together. All of the grown kids make a concerted effort to come to the get together. We have a gag gift exchange, which is a whole lot of fun. And we always do a bar. So like, the ladies are always like, all right, so what's our bar going to be this year? And we've done all of the above. We've had a baked potato bar, a taco bar. We had an appetizer bar once. I made 3 different kinds of homemade hummus, different flavors, and I took a lot of crunchy vegetables on one side and some fancy little breads on the other side, and that's what I took to the appetizer bar. But we always wind up with a huge amount of food, and none of us has gone to a lot of time, trouble, or effort. We have just brought 1 or 2 things from our home, and when you put it all together, then you have this amazing experience, and everybody usually goes through the line, I don't know, 2, 3 times because we want to like sample everything.
It's making me hungry just thinking about it.
So there you go. You can tell them you heard it from the Wares, which sounds like, I don't know what coming from our lips, but have a bar with your friends.
And the following idea is something that we've done with our own friends, and that's have a progressive dinner. That's where you go to several different locations and you have sections of the dinner at each location. So you might start out with salad at the first location, and you might have your main course at the second, and then dessert at the third. Now, we had the first course at our house. We had it out in the backyard. It was cold. We had a fire going. We all sat around the fire. It was just absolutely totally fun. So there's all kinds of interests that you can have in doing that. It's a fun way to put all of it together. And once again, one person isn't carrying the whole load. You kind of spread it out that way.
Well, the fun thing, I think, was that like you got to see everybody's holiday decorations. So when we went from home to home to home, then we got to see how everybody else had decorated. Larry and I got off really easy because we had it on the back patio and had a fire. So like nobody really came in and was able to see if like the house was messed up or anything. But it's a great way to get your house clean, guys. Have company over.
It wasn't. We always keep our house perfect.
Yes, we do. Hey, if you guys want to go in depth with us about Christmas, debt-free Christmas, entertaining on Christmas on a budget, then we actually have an ebook. It's a debt-free Christmas binder. We're going to leave a link to it in the description of the video. It comes with 5 different free resources when you get the binder, and we would love to have you take a look at that. Once again, a link in the description of the video. Hey, if you want to know how to create a tight budget Christmas gift list, that was last week's video. We're going to leave a link for it. It is right over there, guys. That's the next thing that you should watch.